Debi, you're live.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for coming. I hope we turn on the microphone. Let's start over. So welcome. I am Debi Mollahan. I'm the CEO of the Tigard Chamber, and we are here today to celebrate the graduation of our Leadership Tigard class of 2020. So I know we have a lot of people that have streamed in on Facebook, so I would say welcome to you as well. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with Leadership Tigard, I'm just going to give you kind of a short synopsis of what it is. So it's a 9-month program investing in leadership and community awareness, and it's a program of the Tigard Chamber. And this is actually our 4th class to graduate. So during 9 full-day sessions scheduled once a month, participants work together with other local leaders to expand awareness, understanding, unique issues and opportunities facing Tigard and Washington County. They're challenged to explore what current issues are firsthand. They go on business, community tours. They go through a series of leadership topics that are designed to enhance individual leadership skills, and then they apply those skills together in a community service project, which you will hear about a little bit later. There's a lot of different focus areas for each day, so each day has some focus. Day 1 is a top secret simulated society exercise called SimSoc, which only graduates can talk to each other about because it will ruin the experience for future participants. We have a history, culture, and diversity day, a human needs day, business and economy, government, education and STEM, nonprofits and boards, communications and media, and public service and judicial systems. And together the class must also discuss, determine, select, and execute a community service project. As you can imagine, that was probably a little bit more difficult in a pandemic. Finally, they commit to coming back the following year, and they help lead one of the days. So Leadership Tigard educates rising leaders on issues impacting business and their community. And at the completion of the program, graduates could see themselves plugging into responsible community roles, which could include city council or mayor, or being on a citizens committee of some sort, or maybe being on a board for a local nonprofit or some other organization. Now more than ever, we need community leaders to step up with all of our social unrest and now a pandemic impacting health, community, education, business, and more. So we really need more leaders who care about their communities and are willing to educate and inform themselves and step into needed roles in all spectrums of our community. I have gotten the opportunity to watch this class come together and get to know each other, go through SimSoc together, which was challenging, learn many new things, gather awareness of issues in their community, and then come together as a team and have fun with each other in the process. In addition, they stayed the course and continued their participation in the last third of the program when we had to go virtual due to the pandemic. Finally, though they could have put a service project in the too hard pile due to the pandemic, they did not. They made a slight adaptation when it became clear that fundraising significant dollars for a play structure at Family Promise was unlikely due to the economic impact of COVID-19, and they still delivered on their project. You will hear more about that later. I watched them leverage connections that they had to bring about something bigger than themselves and for a great cause. Class of 2020, I want to encourage you to take what you've learned in the last 9 months and leverage it, not only for yourselves, your business, and your causes, but for the betterment of Tigard. Continue to develop the connections and friendships that you have made, grow in your skills, and impact those around you. Share and encourage others to make an impact as well. Together, we can have a great impact on where we live, work, and play. Now I would like to introduce Tigard Mayor Jason Snyder, who has a few words for the graduates.
Good evening, Leadership Tigard graduates. Welcome to family and friends watching on Facebook Live. I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've had to say that at a graduation event. Your friendship and guidance to the graduates are the reasons they're here tonight. Graduations are a time to celebrate and reflect. How many of the graduates remember their elementary school graduation or high school or college graduation? Whether or not you do, I guarantee you that you'll remember tonight. This is your first and hopefully last socially distanced graduation ceremony. Under these unique circumstances, I could walk off the stage right now and you'd probably remember this event for decades. That said, I'm not going to exit stage left. Dan, not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to challenge all of you. Graduating from a leadership program is not enough. Your impact as a leader will come from what you do after tonight. We face unprecedented challenges in our community. Our community cannot afford to have you step back from being a strong leader. You must seek out opportunities to lead. This urgency of now did not even exist when you started this program in October. The need is now. The urgency of now has never been greater. Our community faces the financial and personal toll of COVID-19. We also face the urgency of now in responding to the tragic killing of George Floyd by learning, acting, and responding to address racial equity. When you started this journey, I'm confident that face masks, Zoom happy hours, and Dr. Fauci were not parts of your life. Much has changed since last October. Today, we face double-digit unemployment, uncertainty around the opening of schools, and worries about paying our rents and mortgages. These challenges cannot be solved by one individual, but they can be solved by a community of leaders. We've seen examples of this throughout the pandemic, even in our own local neighborhoods. Packed with Pride has brought food to the many needy families in the Tigard Tualatin School District. An army of volunteers, young and old, students and professionals, rich and poor, united to keep food on families' tables. Northwest Christian Church has hosted an essential needs hub to help those affected by COVID-19. More than 1,000 individuals have benefited from the hub. Just last week, the church partnered with other faith-based groups and nonprofits on a donation drive that received overwhelming community support. I urge you to step up to this leadership challenge and help our community combat COVID-19. Whether joining an existing effort or starting your own, our community cannot afford to have you sit back and wait for opportunities. Leaders must find ways to be part of the solutions. While our community and nation battled COVID-19, another watershed moment arose on May 25th. George Floyd was killed by police in Minneapolis, Minnesota. His tragic death led to some much-needed soul-searching about racism and racial injustice in this country. Our reflections led to an uncomfortable truth. We have been complacent in allowing racism to exist in our communities. We've sat quietly at our kitchen table while a family member or friend tells a racist joke. We've sat quietly at work while hiring managers give an advantage to candidates who seem like a good fit. We've sat quietly at City Hall, giving preference to community members who have the time and resources to advocate for themselves and their interests. Silence is no longer acceptable. Leaders speak up. You must use your voice and actions to break the silence. You must lead by learning where your privilege comes from and how it can negatively affect others. Learning from the voices and experiences of community members from the BIPOC community, and using what you learn to develop and promote anti-racist practices. You must lead by acknowledging that it isn't enough to be not racist. You must be anti-racist and consciously work to demonstrate that through your actions as a leader. You must lead by actively dismantling racist systems. Examples of that include schools that don't have sufficient resources, a criminal justice system that isn't just, and a healthcare system that doesn't provide adequate and affordable care for everyone, just to name a few. I'm confident that tonight will not be the last time our paths cross. I expect to see each of you breaking the silence and stepping into leadership roles in our community. 30 years from now, when you reflect on this ceremony, I hope you'll not only remember the unique circumstances, I hope you'll remember how you embrace the urgency of now by stepping up to lead in the fight against the effects of COVID-19 and the movement to address systemic racism in our community. Thank you for the honor of speaking at your graduation ceremony, and congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor Snyder. Okay, so with that, we are now going to proceed to the presentation of graduation certificates. We do have some recipients who are not able to be here tonight, but we will be announcing them, and some of them actually have provided comments as well. Dan Murphy, over here to my left, will be announcing the graduates as well as reading their comments. And then you will see them, if you're in the audience, step forward to have their picture taken with their certificate. So we are going to start that process right now. So bear with us.
Great. So our first person is Kyle Onhart, who is for the City of Tigard Water Bureau, senior utility worker. And Kyle comments are, thank you, Tigard Public Works Management, for allowing me to step away from my now duties to attend this year-long training session. Classmates, great job together for our class project. It looks wonderful and you did a great job. And didn't SimSoc feel like forever ago? I just think I need to eat it. Hello, something. Do you need me to repeat that?
No.
Okay. Okay, and now our next recipient is Amber Bell, who works for the Tigard Library, Reader Services Manager. And I don't see her, but you must be present to graduate. No. So Amber, though, did write comments. So we'll go, Leadership Tigard provided a great opportunity to get a bigger picture of how Tigard works. I love the manufacturing tours, the presentations on innovations and education, and to hear about the process of how regional transportation decisions are made. And of course, it was always illuminating to learn about the variety of amazing things going on in Tigard by connecting and working with the Leadership Tigard cohort, who are some of the people making those things happen. So thank you, Amber Bell. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Kimberly Cedarholm, who works in the Parks and Recreation Department. She's a recreation coordinator, and she is not present here and has no comment. So, there you go. Congratulations, Kimberly. And next we have Wes Charlie. And Wes works for TriMet, is Access Transit Program Manager. And he is not present here today, but we do have some comments. So Wes says, this class was a great opportunity to see what Tigard is all about and make some valuable connections. I was so impressed with the kindness, caring, and dedication of my classmates for our community. It is inspiring to know there are so many amazing people doing great things each and every day. Okay, our next graduate, Richard Broken from Fox Chiropractic. He's a local chiropractor. And Rich says, excellent experience. The leadership program is highly recommended for local business leaders. Okay. And next we have John Goodhouse from the City of Tigard. He's the Tigard City Council President. And John says, Leadership Tigard provided an in-depth look at the City of Tigard, and I got to see firsthand how many people care, are involved, and the great businesses we have in Tigard. As someone who is regularly involved in the ongoing of Tigard, this program delved deeper into the inner workings of the city as a whole and everything it's made up of. I have a greater understanding and appreciation for how nonprofits, businesses, and government all work together to make Tigard a better place. And now we have Carol Prager. And Carol is from the city of Tigard, she's the city reporter. And Carol, and I don't have a comment from Carol, but she's here and she's got her certificate.
She's
Okay, and next we have Pamela Levitt from Northwest Advocacy Group. She's the president and owner. And Pam says, Leadership Tigard provided the opportunity to introduce me to so many important parts of our community, from small businesses, city services, education, and nonprofits. We had a front row seat to organizations working and changing lives right in our backyard. Meeting all of my classmates and going through this experience together was, of course, the best part of the program. Okay, and next we have Patty Lofgren, and she's the Mathematics Education Collaborative, the Director of Professional Development. And Patty says, Leadership Tigard has been a marvelous experience. I have lived in Tigard for 28 years, and I learned so much that I never knew before. I love getting to know my fellow classmates, such great folks. And it was very satisfying and rewarding to complete our play structure at Family Promise. And next we have Kelly Marks. There we go. I don't have any comments from Kelly. And so now there's Ryan Moore from Clarity Capital Management. He's the principal and founder. And Ryan says, I've learned so much more about the amazing community of Tigard and all the great people doing amazing things to make this community better. It's been fascinating to see how business, government, nonprofits, schools, city departments all operate to help improve the lives of residents. I feel blessed to live in such a wonderful city, and this program has helped me better understand how I can help make future positive impacts to the Tigard community. Thanks to all involved who made for a great experience, even in what has been a more challenging time. Next we have Dolly Speck.
nice.
Okay. And Dolly Speck joined the class of 2020 on the recommendation of Mayor Snyder. Dolly was among the 2009 top 100 most influential Filipino women in the United States for all of her continued involvement in the Philippines, where she came from, and in the U.S., particularly Snyder, Walton School District, and PSU as a volunteer, parent, advisor during her 3 kids, now adults, entire academic life. A resident over 30 years, Dolly liked that Tigard leadership showed the nooks and crannies of her adopted city, and she graduates from this program more motivated to up the ante on her volunteer endeavors. As the current vice chair of Tigard's Committee for Community Engagement, Dolly is advocating for the rest of the serious volunteers to enroll in this program for greater appreciation of our progressive city. Because I love and serve is her motto. Because I love, I serve. That's her motto. And Tigard leadership just fall in love with the city much more. Now we have Annie Sprague, who is not here,
But is watching us on
but is
Facebook
watching
Live.
us on Facebook. So she'll have to just Photoshop her head on Debi. Okay, and next we have Leah Boyd from CODA, which is site support. And Leah, I am grateful to have participated in Leadership Tigard. Through this program, I've learned about many organizations and systems that work together to make up the vibrant Tigard community. I was pushed to consider topics from many different perspectives and invited to get involved in all facets of Tigard life. I look forward to using the experience as a launching pad to engage with the community in a new way. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce and the countless individuals that work to make this program happen. Next, our own Katherine Wiley From the Tigard Chamber, who's our membership director. And Katherine says, I would like to thank the Tigard Chamber, all of my class peers, plus the presenters and coordinators for their time and energy over the past 9 months. I have grown both personally and professionally in this program. You could not have done so without everyone's support of the Leadership Tigard program. I'm incredibly proud we completed our community service project. I love seeing how we all collaborated together to make things happen. Finally, we have Justina Williamson. And Justina is WorkSource Portland Metro Portland Community College. WorkSource Portland Metro and Portland Community College. She is our WorkSource Development Manager.
Okay, you heard about the microphone, and now we are going to, Jessica with her magic wizardry here in the background with our streaming, is going to share with the Facebook audience a video that shows you what was accomplished with the service project that this class did this year during COVID with masks.
For our project, the Leadership Tigard class of 2019-20 chose to install a play structure for the children served by Family Promise of Tualatin Valley. Family Promise is a nonprofit that helps homeless children from the Tigard-Tualatin School District and their families regain housing and independence. The work they do to successfully rehouse families is really quite phenomenal. At the time, at Family Promise, there was a small play structure for very young children, but nothing for older children. Thanks to the generosity of Tim Cadman, we were able to recondition a play structure from his yard. Team members cleaned and painted the structure, and then on Saturday, June 27th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., our hardworking team cleared and leveled ground, installed a perimeter, laid ground cover, and shoveled donated bark dust. And finally, we reassembled the structure. What a satisfying accomplishment. Job well done, Leadership Tigard.
So I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you enjoyed that video. I was able to be out there with the class for part of the day, and they were working hard at it. I actually got to see Council President Goodhouse on the end of the tiller. Probably don't see that every day. So there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into that project, and I am super proud of them for pulling that off in a pandemic. So thank you for joining us, and congratulations to the class of 2020. Let's give them another round of applause. So just to note, the alums of this program make an impact. So this is our 4th class. We have a total of 64 graduates that have gone through Leadership Tigard in the last 4 years. And so just to give you an example of how some of our alums, including this class, are engaged, we have alums that are on the Tigard-Tualatin School Board. One is Miss Northwest Wonderland. We have an alum that's on the Southwest Corridor Community Advisory Committee. We have alums that sit on the Tigard Chamber Government Affairs Committee, the Candidate Endorsement Committee, and the Board of Directors. Tigard-Tualatin Relay for Life Committee. We have alums that are on the Tigard Downtown Alliance Board. We have alums that are part of the City of Tigard committees, like the Budget Committee and the Citizens Engagement Committee, as well as we have a representation from the Foundation for Tigard-Tualatin Schools. That is not an exhaustive list, but that just kind of gives you an example of the impact that our alumni are having in leadership roles within our community. So I look forward to seeing where this class goes, as well as I look forward to the continued contributions and impacts of all of our graduates, as I said before, numbering 64. So class of 2020, go forth and make your impact, and congratulations again. And to all our viewers, have a great evening.